Hey guys, Marco here, back once again from mycolorscreen. A lot of people may have heard of the MotoX phone that's coming out soon. Well, I think it might be already out, and it actually looks really good, especially with that lock screen. So if you want to have your phone have a very similar looking lock screen, well then you definitely want to go check out today's lock screen video tutorial. Let's get to it. Cool beans, I'm not going to beat around the bush. This lock screen just blew my mind. It's very similar to the MotoX Lockscreen. It's by the author jbThemes, with his lock screen simply titled MotoX Lockscreen, and it just got screen of the day, so I was like, definitely have to do this. And it's a very cool looking setup, especially for all those AMOLED screens out there. It's definitely going to be saving you some battery when you want to check your notifications. Let's have a closer look. It comes with a little welcome message there displaying your date as well as the current weather, which I really like, as well as the time there that you can just have a quick glance at. It's got your little user icon there that you can change to whatever else you want, and as well as your missed notifications that you have here at the bottom that you can also just quickly look at and see, got no missed calls. I like that indeed. But having a look at the middle now, we can see we've got our unlock button here that we have to swipe up, brings up our lock screen or our home screen like that. And if we have to swipe down, brings up our camera. Very simple and easy to do. It's a very effective lock screen. I really enjoy it. So if you're interested in setting this up on your Android phone, let us begin with today's video tutorial. Great, so before we begin, just some apps and resources that you're going to be needing to set up this Widgetlocker setup. First things off, you're going to be needing Widgetlocker. It is a paid app, but it's probably one of the best lock screens that you're ever going to see on an Android phone. Next thing you definitely want to be getting is a very popular app called UCCW that we see over there. It's free, and you're definitely going to be needing it for the skins for the top and bottom. Finally, I do recommend getting the app called ES File Explorer, as you can simply navigate what files you've copied onto your phone and just navigate them a lot easier than just trying to guess where they've been downloaded to. Once you've downloaded all the resources that are contained in the description below and you've copied them onto your phone, we're going to be jumping right into Widgetlocker. Great, so we're going to start by going into Widgetlocker. If you have any widgets or shortcuts on your current screen, like it should come built in with a clock, you just need to hold down on it and select remove, or just drag it into the bin. I think it's at the bottom. Just to get rid of everything that you have on your current screen, you want it completely blank. Once you have it looking completely blank, you want to select the top right here. It's a little settings button there, and it comes with all the different options that you want to be configuring. We're going to jump straight into the look and feel, as we want to be selecting alternative wallpaper. We want a different wallpaper that we have, what we currently have on our home screen. You're welcome to use whatever gallery app that you prefer. You know me, always go for quick pick. And you just want to find that folder that you've copied onto your phone. It should come with your two icons for unlock and camera. But there's one here, it's a pretty dark one. It's not black. It's got a very faint image. I'm still trying to work out what it is. But you just want to resize it. If you select it, you can resize it to however big it is, and then select save. I guess you could just use any black wallpaper, but this one has a slight image, but not so important. Next, we want to jump into our layout, and this is very important. If you've got your little anchor here, it's default settings in the middle. We want to drag that down so it's completely at the bottom. And I always like going for a large grid size. Here you want to deselect automatically determine grid size, so you can bump it right up to say an 12 by 12, or I just had it on a 12 by 11, worked very well for me. So I'm just going to select save there, brings it up to your look and feel again. You want to enable hide notification bar, that one at the top. It disappears as, well, you pretty much got all the standard notifications that you already need on this lock screen. You don't need that thing at the top. That's good and all. You want to deselect label shortcuts, don't need that at all. And from here, we want to select back. Once that's done, we're going to go into our advanced settings here, as there's one of two things that we want to be enabling in order to get this setup looking much better. We do want to be enabling widget overlap, as you might be overlapping a few widgets, and this might come in very handy. And also, a lot of people complain about when you tap your menu button in Widgetlocker, it just simply unlocks your phone. So as always, the quick workaround, if we go into Home Helper at the top here, and we have these three selected, it'll be your Home Helper component, your Home Helper block home, and finally your block home in other apps. Just make sure that those are all selected, and you should be good to go. When you just select your menu button, it'll just instead bring up your standard lock screen, just for, I guess, security purposes. So that's well and good. Got all your Widgetlocker settings done. Should have the wallpaper set up. Now we can jump right into adding in those different UCCW skins. Great, so in order to add in those UCCW skins, you just need to hold down on the lock screen. You want to be selecting widgets now, and you want to scroll all the way to the bottom where you'll be selecting UCCW. Now, as always, it doesn't matter what size you choose, as you can always just resize your skins, but I always like to say this will go for a 4x2 just to make resizing a lot less hassle. We're going to select uzip at the top here, as this will bring up your uzips that you currently have on your phone. From here, you want to navigate to that MotoX Lockscreen folder that you've definitely or hopefully copied onto your phone, as if you open it, it should come up with your 2 uzips. Don't try and extract them or unzip them or whatever on your computer or even on your phone, as UCCW knows exactly what to do. It looks for those .uzips. So make sure that you just have 2 of these in that folder, and we can start with the top one if we just select it like that. It's going to now import it onto your lock screen. You just need to select the hand now, and it should come up with a pretty little image like this. We're going to now resize it so that it takes up the top of the screen, so we can just hold down, select resize. Much better. So that looks, I really enjoy how that looks. Now we're going to be adding in the bottom one, same exact procedure as we just now hold down, select widgets. We want to go to the good old UCCW. Let's go for that same 4x2 size, and instead now when we go select uzip, this time around we'll be selecting the bottom uzip, just because, well, it is at the bottom, which makes a lot of sense. I'm going to tap that hand. If it comes up with a white rectangle, that means that it just hasn't been imported correctly, and you're going to do the exact same process for adding in that UCCW skin. You're going to hold down widget UCCW, but instead of selecting uzip at the top in that menu, you're just going to be selecting from that list of imported skins. These should be there, and it shouldn't give you that white rectangle, just letting you know. So that is both of them added. I'm just going to tap away. But from here, I want to be adding, well, just changing some of these. A lot of people might not want this awesome looking logo that we have over there. It's a very cool, I really like it. But however, if you want to change it, we're going to select the UCCW skin. Now it should bring up your UCCW editor. However, if it's not, that means that your lock widgets is on, or your lock widgets mode is on UCCW. And a quick workaround to do that is to just get into your app drawer, go into UCCW, go into your menu at the top here. Make sure that if you go into lock widgets, make sure that it's off. Otherwise, you won't be able to edit any of your skins. Now, as you can see, UCCW has been quite drastically updated, and it looks much, much better. I really enjoy it, but it's a little bit confusing to work around. So we want to be just changing this little icon here. We're going to select add, well, we're going to be selecting edit objects. And if we scroll a bit down, we can see one that says image 1. Now that means that that's image 1 over there. And in order to change that, we just need to swipe down and select image. Now you can go to your preferred gallery app and select your preferred image, whatever it may be. So I can't wait for Plants vs Zombies to come on to my Android phone, so I'm just going to be selecting his icon like that. Now it should be either really big or really small, but you can select scale just to get that correct scale, making it look a whole lot better. So I like the way that that looks. That's quite a good size, so I'm just going to leave that for now. It does come with the weather over here. You can't really see it because it's white, but if you do run into some weather provider options, a quick workaround is to go into your settings here, menu into your settings, go into your weather provider and then change it accordingly, and then it'll get rid of those dashes if you do have any dashes at the top there. So that is the first UCCW skin complete. We're just going to select back now, close the app, we're going to select yes, and it should give you a better looking skin at the top. Now all we have to do is change the skin at the bottom. We're going to select it. Now it's going to come with the same setup we got here. We're going to select our edit objects now, as the one thing you only need to be changing is your Gmail account. If we select our Gmail one here, you'll see it's got quite a few options here, but the one we're most looking forward to is the one called account. So all you have to do is select your preferred Gmail account and then select your label. Either go, I think it's priority inbox, leave that one, as that should be the one that will work best for you. Now all you have to do is select back, see how that looks. Let's just go out of the app, see how it looks. Yep, it's fixed it. It looks much, much better. Now what we want to do is block these so that when touching them, nothing happens. All we have to do is hold down on these UCCW skins and select block clicks. Do it to the same for the one at the top, select block clicks. As now when you tap it, boom, nothing happens, as you don't want it to happen. If it's in your pocket and it bumps, you don't want to be ass dialing some unknown guy. So that's really cool. All we have to do now is to add in our custom slider. Alrighty then, so for this custom slider, very easy to do. Like I said, just hold down on that lock screen, select custom slider now. From here, we want to select Get Themes, as this is going to bring it up into our Widgetlocker theme center. There's only about 5 or 6 and not really much, but the one that we want to be downloading is the one called Invisible Tabs. All you'd have to do now is then just select it. It's going to come up with a few choices to download. You're going to be selecting Widgetlocker, as you want to be downloading it as a, I don't know, Widgetlocker recognizes it as a Widgetlocker theme. As you can see, it's been downloaded there. I'm just going to select it now, and it'll bring it up all nice and good. All it basically does is hide the different areas over here. So all you'd have to do now is to now swipe this green unlock button, swipe it to the right, and we want to select icon, as of course we want to be changing that icon. So we just need to go into our gallery now, choose our preferred gallery app, and from here we want to jump right into that. Let's just find it. Remember that folder that you copied onto your phone, the MotoX Lockscreen, and you want to be selecting the unlock button, of course. No cropping required. We just need to select the tick. Boom, done, just like that. Now we just want to be changing this one over here. We don't want to change a sound profile or whatever that button does. We want to swipe across, and now we want to go into our Widgetlocker actions, as this time around we'll be changing it to the camera, as we want to be taking cool ass pictures. From here we want to select our images now, because we don't want to have that gray image there, and we want to be selecting our gallery app once again. We're going to go just once and then find that image there, that pretty looking really cool camera icon there. We just need to select the tick again, and boom, there we have it. We just need to select done now, and there it is set up. Now you might notice that this is horizontal, and for a lot of people, really focus this time, as I've got a lot of complaints and concerns the last time around I did this. So going to do it really slowly now. You have to hold down on the custom slider that you just created, and you want to select resize. Now watch this, what I'm going to do now. I'm going to be resizing it now. So as you can see, what happens is that once I start bringing in the sides, boom, did you see, just see what happened? It actually started squishing together, and now they've changed orientation. It's now swiped or flipped to a vertical position, and that's what we want. That's definitely what we want. So if I tap away now, that looks much, much better now. And as you can see, it's vertical, not horizontal. So remember, if it's in a horizontal position, just make it just stretch it out a bit, and then make it squish it in on the sides, and it should give you this exact result. Great, and all I've done now is just simply move this a little bit to the top. I had it a little bit lower down, and just resize this so it looks a lot better. There we have our lock screen complete. We can now check what it looks like just by minimizing the app or getting out of it. Doesn't matter. But now let's lock our screen. Let's see what the outcome is. Unlock the phone. Boom, amazing lock screen here. We've got our swipe to unlock, our swipe down to show our camera. We've got all the information that we need. Missed notifications. I really enjoy this lock screen. Definitely going to be keeping it on for a while. So if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. It really means a lot, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to check out our Facebook, Google+, and Twitter communities, as we definitely continually growing our fan base, and just want to help you guys out as much as we can. We even got a little Instagram community. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Marco here from MyColorscreen, and as always, don't stop customizing.